Questions for reflection. Our first reading is taken from the first chapter of the letter of the Apostle Paul to the Corinthians. Over the years of ministry, it has become one of my favorite readings. He reminds them and he reminds us that we are weak and foolish. But God has chosen the foolish and the weak, the lowly and the despised, precisely to shame those who think they are wise, to shame those who think they are strong. Over the years, I've used this passage to help weary leaders who realize they are foolish and weak. I remind them and I remind myself that is precisely why we were chosen. So after the Lord reveals himself, it will be obvious that it had nothing to do with us. So if anyone hearing me has held back from saying yes to the Lord's invitation because you think you are too weak or foolish, say yes to the Lord's call and watch what he does when you yield to him. In our psalm response, we cry out, "Blessed the people the Lord has chosen to be his own." That means you and me. The Lord chose us. Hear these words of Jesus from the Gospel of St. John, and I quote, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you." And that's John chapter 15 and verse 16. As the psalm reminds us, the eyes of the Lord are upon us. In the gospel appointed for today, Jesus told his disciples what is often called the parable of the talents. We are his contemporary disciples. He wants us to hear these words, understand them, and live as though we do. Every one of us has been given talents from the Lord to use in our service to him. How many talents is not the issue. The issue is what we do with them. Will we return them to him multiplied? We are called to give them away and bear fruit for him and his kingdom. We cannot outgive God. We are his instruments. We are invited by grace to give ourselves away for others, to imitate the one who gave himself for the entire human race. We are invited to pour ourselves out as Jesus did for us. If we live life this way, when we face him on that final day, we will do so with our arms full of gifts born in time, and these gifts will have paved the way for eternity. How do we use the gifts and talents the Lord has given to us?